All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the N1 podcast. And before I start, I would like to let y'all know that I do write sports articles on Stadium Rant. I also would like to notify you guys about the Instagram and the number one underscore podcast, and the Twitter and one podcast 23. But oh man, I got a lot to talk about. I've been slacking. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There was some stuff going on, but that's not important. Man, Team USA got revealed, the playoffs, award finalists. But while on award finalists, congrats to Tyrese Maxey. My prediction for most improved player. A lot of people are saying that Kobe White got snubbed, and I do see why. I understand why, but come on, man. The Chicago Bulls are not a good team. And the Sixers at one point were one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference before Embiid's injury. And Maxey just, after that Harden trade, I called it. After that Harden trade, Maxey was going to elevate his game. He was already pretty good last season, but when Harden left, that starting point guard position, oh man. But Maxey really did improve a lot, became an all-star this season. So yeah, it is well deserved. One thing that I have noticed about most improved players, they usually become all-stars that season or they become all-stars the season after. But now let me go through the finalists for the other awards, which will be revealed in the next couple of days. So for MVP, the finalists are Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Nikola Jokic. I still got Jokic winning MVP, but I wouldn't be surprised if Luka Doncic wins it. For Defensive Player of the Year, I'm not going to lie, this was pretty rigged. You got Bam, Victor Wembanyama, and Rudy Gobert. And in my opinion, even though I am a Heat fan at heart, I would rather have Anthony Davis in Defensive Player of the Year than Bam Adebayo. I mean, Anthony Davis is top 5 in both rebounds and in blocks, but obviously you can't just use those stats to determine defense. Like the thing is, when it comes to Defensive Player of the Year, it's pretty difficult to figure out who's the best defender in the league. For example, Victor Wembanyama. Now, if you look at team stats, the Spurs suck at defense, but when Victor's on the court, the Spurs are one of the best defensive teams in the league. And when Victor's not on the court, they're one of the worst defensive teams of the league. So do you want to use it like that? What about Rudy Gobert? Rudy Gobert, he was the defensive anchor on one of the best, if not the best defensive team in the league. And you have someone like Bam. Well, the Heat, when it comes to defensive stats, they're certain stats, they're like top tier, top 10. But other stats, they're like middle of the pack to the bottom of the league. So now, another thing, you can look at their, I'm out here rambling now. You could look at their game. You could look at how they play defense. Now, when I watch Anthony Davis play defense, I see the huge defensive impact that Anthony Davis has. He can guard on the perimeter. Bam can do it too. I'm not saying Bam can't do it. Bam doesn't deserve it. But Anthony Davis can guard the perimeter. He can guard the interior. And when you watch them play, when you watch the Lakers play, just pay attention to how guys are scared to drive into the paint when Anthony Davis is there. But enough of that. In the beginning of the season, I had Bam winning Defensive Player of the Year. But because of how good the defense of the Timberwolves are, I'm going to give it to Rudy Gobert. But I would love to see Victor Wembanyama win Defensive Player of the Year. Now, for Rookie of the Year, speaking of Victor Wembanyama, finalists are Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, and Brandon Miller. We all know what's going to Victor, so we don't even need to continue on that. We already know who won Most Improved Player. And now, Sixth Man of the Year, Malik Monk, Bobby Portis, and Naz Reid. I'm going to give it to Bobby Portis. I believe Bobby Portis is going to win it. He's just so intense. He's like, I don't want to compare him to Kevin Garnett skill-wise. He's not even close. But personality-wise, mentally-wise, oh my goodness. Bobby Portis is just such an intense player. He's ready. He's just ready to fight. He's a dog. And when you know when the eyes pop out, he's ready to fight somebody. He's foaming at the mouth. Naz Reid, he's most likely going to win it, mainly because the Timberwolves are the third best team in the Western Conference. That's probably why he would win it. And I don't want to say, oh, you just won it because of your team record. Naz Reid is a great player. He's really good. But I'm going to give the edge to Bobby Portis. And Clutch Player of the Year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, DeMar DeRozan, and Steph Curry. Steph Curry. Clutch? Curry? What? When? Mans has so many clutch opportunities, but yet continues to fold when the pressure matters the most. The only clutch moment that everybody wants to remember is 2016 when Mike Breen hit that double bang. Besides that, please give me 5 Curry clutch moments from the top of your head. I'll wait. But with that being said, Mr. 31 points per game, he does not really averaging 31 points per game, but it seems like every night Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets 31 points. I'm giving it to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the final award is Coach of the Year. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I'm going to try anyways. Mark Danklau, Chris Finch, and Jamal Mosley. OKC, Timberwolves, and Orlando Magic. I got Chris Finch winning Coach of the Year because, man, Timberwolves basketball is actually here. The Timberwolves are actually relevant. Well, man, if you were to tell me 5 years ago that the Minnesota Timberwolves will be the third best team in the Western Conference one day, I would have called you crazy. It's a reality. It is a reality now. The Minnesota Timberwolves actually have a shot at making it to the conference finals this year. I'll get to the playoff predictions very soon. I want to talk about Johntay Porter. Y'all know what's going on with Johntay Porter. Banned for life from the NBA due to betting. And this is the problem with sports betting these days. Oh my goodness. It's gotten to the point where we got players deliberately faking an illness just for some betting. Like, you're not making millions of dollars a year. Are you serious, buddy? You made $21,000 in bets and you threw away $2 million. Are you? Oh my God. The brother of Michael Porter Jr. Yep. This is the problem with sports betting because we got guys these days. Tyrese Halliburton has talked about it. The Cavs coach talked about it for a bit. So there are guys that are out here threatening players. Bro, I need one more rebound. Bro, come on, 5 more assists, man. You almost there. Oh my God, bro, you so trash. I just needed 5 more points from you. That's it. I would have made like a good $5,000 right there. Bro, really? We're watching sports now because we want to make some money on the side? Are you serious, bro? You can't even enjoy the sport anymore because now there's some money involved? I don't know why the NBA... I mean, honestly, in my opinion, sports betting has been the smartest and the dumbest move that the NBA has ever shown. Because, yeah, from a business standpoint, with all the money that they racking up from FanDuel and all of these other sports betting sites and stuff, that's a good business move. But on the downside, we got fans out here threatening players, threatening coaches, threatening staff, whatever. It don't matter. Because they couldn't have one more rebound because they just missed out on $5,000 right there. That's how we're enjoying sports now. And it's not getting any better. Now we got NBA players. One NBA player that got banned because of betting. And eventually, God forbid, eventually something is really going to go down where a guy, and you know the most dangerous person in the world is a man that got nothing to lose. When it's a man that got nothing to lose, oh boy, some stuff is going to go down. I hope it doesn't. I pray that it doesn't happen, but they need to relax on this betting because I don't understand why every single time I'm watching a game on TNT, we got to have a little window of Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith just sitting there. Hey, Chuck, who you think is going to win today? Oh, you already know, man. I guarantee that the Miami Heat, they're going to beat the Boston Celtics today. Bruh, every single time on TNT, this is what happens. Like, it could be from after a commercial break, after a time. It don't matter, man. It just cuts to Chuck mid-game, too. It could cut to Chuck and Kenny Smith just sitting down. Guarantee! Because of FanDuel. I really hope the sports betting stuff really does dissipate. It dies down. But it's not. Unfortunately, it's really not. The world of sports betting has really taken over. And it's not just basketball. It's also football, baseball, any sport that you could think of that has betting on it. Yeah, it's taken over now. And we just have a bunch of... I don't even want to call them casuals. It's disrespectful to call them casuals because they're just there to try and make a quick buck. I'm not going to hate on the hustle. I'm really not. If you want to do it, go do it. That's your life. I can't tell you how to live your life. But it's stupid to see that there are people out there that'll sit front row roasting players because they couldn't get one more rebound or they couldn't get an extra 2 points just to clinch that $15,000 bet. I mean, this is irrelevant to basketball, but I mean, Shohei Otani's interpreter, he got caught gambling. He got caught gambling with baseball, and he's done. He got fired, and now we got Johntay Porter, who was faking illnesses because he was betting, deliberately trying to make his game worse to make some extra money instead of trying to get better to get a better contract to make an extra couple $1,000,000. What, bro? What sense does that make? What, think about it. Think about it. You telling me you already made like $2 million throughout your career, right? And instead of trying to get better to double that salary, you decide to make your game worse, to make a fraction of what you earned in your career. That that is the dumbest move I have ever seen in the game of basketball. No, I'm gonna go on to Team USA because I don't want to lose. I don't want my blood pressure to keep going up. I don't want to lose any hair. All right. So the members of Team USA, this is the Avengers. LeBron has assembled the Avengers. He got the Infinity Stones. The 12 members of Team USA: LeBron, Curry, KD, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Tyrese Halliburton, and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was the last guy added, and honestly, this is a great team. I just wish they got another big man, because that was a reason why we weren't too good in the FIBA World Cup. We had Bam Adebayo at center, and who else? I already forgot. That's how bad we were. I mean, obviously the other countries we weren't that bad, but like with all the talent. But then again, nobody wants to play FIBA, so there's that. But I don't want to see Bam playing center when other countries. Bam is 6'9", okay? Now, height doesn't usually play such a big factor, but at the same time, it plays a big factor. No pun intended. Bam is 6'9". I'm not trying to watch Bam Adebayo guard a 7'3" center. The man is struggling guarding Kristaps Porzingis in the playoffs. I'll get to that. But in all honesty, this is a great roster. I just am scared because Joel Embiid is not healthy right now. He's still struggling with his knee. Kawhi Leonard, although he did come back last night, I will get to that. Knee issues again. So you got two injury-prone guys, two guys that have knee issues on the same team. The Olympics are very soon. They're just like 2-3 months away. And no, I'm not. I don't know why. I'm fine with Embiid because we really do needed a center. But I don't understand why adding Kawhi Leonard. Now, I'm not upset at it. I just wish we invested in another center. Because the way I look at it, Joel Embiid is going to play center full time. And then Anthony Davis and Bam are going to switch between center and power forward. That's how I see it. But again, if you had another center, you could have Bam and Anthony Davis playing power forward, and then Joel Embiid with your backup center. That's it. Now, how would the starting lineup look like? This is difficult because who is coming off the bench? Point guard is going to be Curry. Small forward is definitely going to be LeBron. Power forward, Anthony Davis, and the center is Joel Embiid. Now, the question is, who's playing shooting guard? Who's starting at the shooting guard position? Now, we got Anthony Edwards. Will Anthony Edwards start at the shooting guard position and have Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum come off the bench? Will Devin Booker? Hell no. I'm taking Anthony Edwards over Devin Booker any day now. But that's interesting. I think Anthony Edwards should start at shooting guard and then just have KD and Jason Tatum come off the bench. But now it's time to talk about the NBA playoffs. So far, the NBA playoffs are looking pretty good. The Lakers blew a 20-point lead not too long ago against the Denver Nuggets. When I thought that the Lakers were actually going to win the game, they blew a 20-point. They were up by 20 points in the third quarter. By the start of the fourth quarter, they were up by 10. And then Jamal Murray goes on and hits one of the greatest shots I have ever seen over Anthony Davis. I still got Lakers in 7. I don't care. I still got Lakers in 7. Okay, what anybody say? Goat James. Goat James, man. Goat James is going to deliver. Goat James will deliver. But golly, can somebody please help them? Like that D'Angelo Russell played pretty good. He played really good. Let me not even say pretty good. He played really good game 2. All right, I'll say that. He played really good. But dang, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Torian Prince, somebody, Spencer Dinwiddie was just roster filler. Gabe Vincent, you shouldn't have left Miami. That's your fault. Now he hasn't done anything in the playoffs at all. Somebody, do something. Dang, I just unlocked a memory. That reminds me of those RDC videos. Y'all remember those RDC videos with the locker room after the NBA Finals 2016? Dang, shout out to RDC, bruh. Damn, bruh. I remember it was Curry going off on Harrison Barnes because he had 0 points. Dang, bro. Somebody do that to Gabe Vincent, to Spencer Dinwiddie. Somebody like dang, you had 0 points. Where are your points at? If you're not making nothing, stop shooting. Do something. You answer everything. Like, bro, come on, do something, please. I want to go to the Suns and the Timberwolves. I had the Timberwolves winning in 5. I'm not gonna lie, the Timberwolves might sweep the Suns. They really might sweep the Suns. The Timberwolves are really, really good, and as I said earlier, the Timberwolves have a shot to make it to the conference finals. Anthony Edwards is him. Anthony Edwards definitely will be the face of the NBA when LeBron leaves. This man, Anthony Edwards, is cold. Game 1, he had, I believe, 30 points in the third quarter. He didn't play too good last night, but they still got the win. They were up by almost 20 points at one point, and the Timberwolves really are good. And I want to make a little apology to the Timberwolves. All right. I remember when the Rudy Gobert trade happened, I called that the worst trade in NBA history. They are the third best team in the Western Conference. They are up 2-0 against the Phoenix Suns with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. I would like to give my sincere apologies to Rudy Gobert and the Timberwolves organization. I was not familiar with your game. The biggest problem with the Suns is that they're too reliant on their stars, and they just lost Grayson Allen last night. He just re-aggravated that ankle injury. I highly doubt he's coming back for the series. So they lost the shooter right there, and they're too reliant. Kevin Durant didn't play too good last night. Devin Booker didn't play too good last night. Bradley Beal barely gets the ball. He's basically playing traditional point guard. And the Timberwolves are literally playing team basketball. Well, obviously Anthony Edwards is the head of the team, but they're still playing team ball. So it don't matter, bro. The Timberwolves are definitely whooping the Suns, and it most likely will be in a sweep. The Clippers and the Mavericks. Now, game 1 had me scared. I don't care. I still got Mavs in 6, bro. Playoff P, way off P, pandemic P, a green P, it don't matter. Mavs in 6, bro. But the Clippers showed up in game 1. They definitely did. Without Kawhi Leonard, they were up by 30 at one point, and they really did show up. Luka and Kyrie had a really bad first half. Second half, they picked it up, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough. Game 2 last night, Luka goes off because at this point, he owns the Clippers. If he wins, bro, if the Mavs win, which they will in 6, Luka Doncic owns the Clippers. He owns them. That's a good rivalry right there. This is their third meetup, right? And the Clippers got 1, the Mavs got 1, and this is the tiebreaker. That man is gonna own the Clippers. And I believe I saw this little stat on Twitter. I believe it said when Luka was guarding Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden, they had 0 points. So it seems like Luka is beating he's a really bad defender allegations. The Thunder and the Pelicans. No Zion, bro. Like I don't even want to talk about this too much. No Zion. It's not looking good for the Pelicans. They can still bring a fight because they were the only team on Sunday. They were the only team to actually make it a close game. So the Pelicans could still fight, but you already know it's going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I got the Thunder sweeping them. I'm going to travel to the Eastern Conference, Boston and Miami. That was a nice first statement. That was a nice little statement that the Boston Celtics gave us. They were up by 34 at one point on Sunday. Tonight, we got them again. As of this recording, we are going to face them tonight in Game 2. And this is the wake-up call. It's Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero, we need you. We need a hero. We don't have Jimmy Butler. That sucks. But we just need a Hero. Tyler Hero, you need to go off. Remember how I mentioned Bam Adebayo struggling to guard Kristaps Porzingis? Yeah, Porzingis was basically getting anything he wanted. And the Boston Celtics are looking very dangerous. I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but I remember saying this somewhere. When the Boston Celtics are hot, they're a great team. But their biggest weakness is also their biggest strength. Their 3-point shooting. If they're cold from three, they're most likely losing that game. The Celtics rely too much on the 3-point shot. And that, I said, is their biggest strength and their biggest weakness. Because once they're hot, they're hot. They could not miss on Sunday. They could not. But they can't keep relying on that 3-point shot. Next series that I want to go to is the Sixers and the Knicks. Oh my goodness, game 2, that was incredible. Game 1, I was really scared that Joel Embiid was just done. I really thought he was done after I saw that he got injured. He re-aggravated his knee. He came back for game 2. He played really good in game 2. But then the final moments of the game, very controversial. Tyrese Maxey definitely did get fouled. And he had the ball in possession, so they should have had a timeout. But nope, The Knicks just scored 6 points in just a couple seconds to bring them down by 1. And then Tyrese Maxey just driving down to the paint from the inbound. And then out of nowhere, Isaiah Hartenstein just blocks him. That was a beautiful block. But whoa. Heat in 7. I forgot to say that. Heat in 7. Now, back to the Sixers and the Knicks. Now, in all honesty, I do have the Knicks winning the series in 6. But I do not like Knicks fans. So, F all of you. Sixers in 6. Orlando and Cleveland, that's going to be a sweep. Cleveland is going to sweep the Magic. The Magic still don't really have that much playoff experience. They're still a very young team, so they have time to build up, and they will be up there. They will build up. They will be a possible threat in the Eastern Conference in the future. But for right now, they're not the best. They're not really the best looking team at the moment. Just give them some time. They'll get there. Now, final series that we have is the Pacers and the Bucks. I got the Pacers in 5. No Giannis. Game 1 was a statement. Oh my goodness. Damian Lillard. Yeah, I witnessed something last night. I realized something. Damian Lillard is aggressive in the first half. I believe in the first half on Sunday. Was it game 1 on Sunday? Yeah, game 1 was on Sunday. The first half, Damian Lillard had about 34, 35 points. Somewhere right there, right? And in game 2 last night, Lillard had about 29 points. I believe 28 or 29 points. I don't really remember. But second half, I remember Lillard not doing a damn thing. Lillard was not aggressive in the second half. And that was one reason, in my opinion, why the Bucks lost last night. Pacers in 5. But here's the thing with the Pacers. The problem with the Pacers is because they're a super fast team. They want to outscore you. They don't play the best defense. That's their whole model. Let's just go fast and outscore you. Fast break, fast break, fast break. Try to score within 10 seconds. Most likely a 3-point shot. But it is the playoffs where the game slows down. Defense gets more physical and it gets way more aggressive. I saw this little stat. In the regular season, the average points per game was about 114. In the regular season. In the playoffs so far, the average points per game is about 101. So no, the fast-paced basketball is not going to work in the playoffs for the Pacers. And it seems like Pascal Siakam is emerging into a superstar these playoffs. I was not expecting that. Obviously, you were expecting Luka to go off, but damn, back-to-back 35-plus point games for Pascal Siakam? Hey, man, hey. Tyrese Halliburton got his co-star. Now, the only thing is, can Tyrese Halliburton actually play like Tyrese Halliburton? Can we get pre-injury Tyrese Halliburton? I would also like to add this one thing. Damian Lillard, again, needs to be aggressive. I said this. I had the Pacers in 5, but if Portland Damian Lillard can show up, which he was showing up for the first half, if he can show up, then the series can go to a good 7 games. And if it goes to 7 games and Giannis is back, oh no, the Bucks are winning that series. But the Pacers can most likely end this in 5 for real. So in all honesty, the playoffs are looking really nice. I'm liking these series. Anthony Davis is playing pretty good. Honestly, he has been really good. He hasn't been inconsistent at all so far. GOAT James is GOAT James. They just need more people to step up. D'Angelo Russell stepped up in game 2. but they keep blowing leads. Tyler Hero, please step up. We really need a hero. Anthony Edwards is the new face of the league. F the Knicks fans. Mavs in 6. Pacers just beat the Bucks before Giannis gets back. Orlando, Cleveland, just sweep those guys, please. But that is all that I got for y'all today, so I'm out. And one final note, Heat in 7.